Hey everyone, you're watching Creep Cinema. I'm your host and creeper, Mark Torriello. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I know it's been a while since I've done a post, but I kind of had shit hit the fan. I had to switch jobs. My boyfriend and I got a puppy, so we had to train it. I kept getting sick. It's just been like a whirlwind of a year, but things are starting to settle down and kind of resume back to normal so I can find the time to do this again. So I'm back and I'm here. Woo! Okay, so the movie I decided to review today is a very unusual, obscure zombie flick called Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. The film was made in 1972 on a small budget of $50,000, and I know it was shot in a span of 2 weeks. The director, Bob Clark, he also is known for doing movies like Black Christmas and A Christmas Story. He used people that he knew from college to be in this movie. So overall, it's not the best movie just because it's kind of like lackluster. But I'll get into that later. I'm gonna read the synopsis because I noticed that when I do these and I make up my own synopsis, it sucks. Like I ramble and then I'll go on these tangents, and then next thing you know, you're like, what the fuck movie is he even talking about? So I'm gonna read this synopsis that's on the back of the box because I think it's really well written and kind of funny. So here we go. The setup. 5 young kinky actors and their artistic director come to a desolate and nearly forgotten burial island, complete with a morbid history of murder, rape, curses, and demons. Alan, the brilliant but bizarre director of the company, has brought them to this foreboding place to dabble in witchcraft, specifically to dig up a fresh corpse and use it in a ritual ceremony which is supposed to raise the dead from their graves. The payoff. It seems as though Alan has really gathered his children here, only to play a practical joke on them, and then to party the rest of the night can't talk there. To play a practical joke and party the rest of the night away. However, the joke's on Alan. His bizarre ritual ceremony really does raise the dead from their graves. Only they're in no mood to party. So that's the synopsis of this movie. It's about 80 minutes long. I don't think you actually see zombies in it till like 60 minutes into it. Oh god, this movie. I can just like pick it apart. There's redeemable factors too, which I will get into later. But I think the biggest call out that I have with this is the acting and the actors. Now I understand. It is a movie called Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. So I'm not expecting, top caliber acting. I'm not expecting like a performance like, Shelley Duvall in The Shining, or something that's like Oscar worthy, But the level was like here, and it just needed to be like here. And it was just shitty acting all around. The characters were just not likable, and there was just too much talking. It was them trying to be witty and have this banter for like 60 minutes, and it just like went nowhere. There's like scenes too where Alan, who's like the director and the magician, he has like these monologues that go on and on and on, and these like ritualistic ceremonies that like don't end. So the movie doesn't really get good until the zombies get there. In the meantime though, like before the zombies, they dig up a dead body as part of this ritual, and they decide to take it back to the cabin that they're staying in and like have a full-on party with it. So they like lounge on the couch with this corpse, they dance with it, they even do like a fake wedding ceremony. And like that part of the film I find very redeemable because that's one of the only movies I've ever seen people kind of do that kind of shit. And I like that it kind of plays on this whole, like, you know, necrophilia, necromancing, you know, exhuming bodies. You don't see that too frequently. So that I like, and I think that the makeup on the corpse that they dig up, it's really creepy. He's like in like mid-level of decay. You know, his face is sunken in, his hair's all like gray and wiry, and he's all discolored. And my favorite aspect of the makeup is the hands, because they just look super sunken in, and like the nails are all like yellow and blue and discolored, and I don't know, like I think that's one of the strengths of this movie, is that it's such a strong makeup. And you know, this corpse is a predominant character throughout the movie. Another character that I did like was Anya, and she was very crazy. She's a little batshit crazy in the movie. She doesn't want to get sucked into this party thing of like digging up bodies and raising the dead. And you know, in the film, she's very apologetic to the corpse when they're digging it up. And in this film, she has this like epiphany, and she starts to romanticize death, and she starts to find beauty in it, to the point where like she gets into an empty grave and she's like laying in it, and she's like, oh, it's so peaceful here. So Anya, for me, is like the only character that has any redeeming qualities. But again, it's not substantial. It's just more for entertainment. So yeah, there's some comedic elements in it, and I think that they try to land a lot of jokes that don't really land well, which kind of makes the movie drag more. Other than that, I would say the zombies at the end in the last 15-20 minutes, totally entertaining. Like, you get your zombie fix, but it felt as if, like, you know, they're filming this movie and they're like, oh my god, we filmed an hour and it's supposed to be a zombie film and we only have 20 minutes left, so let's just shove all the zombies in here and have them like raid the house, and yeah, like fuck yeah, zombies. And that's all, like, and that's it. So that's like the entire layout of the movie. The end does confuse me a little bit, because at the end, the last two left alive are Anya, the crazy one, and Alan, who's like the dickhead magician director that dragged them out to this island and did this ritual. Hold on, my dog is humping my leg right now, and he needs to stop. I'm just gonna bring him up here. Oh my god. Ooh, look at this demon. Ah! This dog. Hello. He's all wet because he knocked over his water bowl, and now he's humping my leg. And he's like, I want to be a zombie too! Yeah! Doggy shit and play with dead things! Oh, okay. But, this dog, he's so cute. Okay, so, I don't even remember where I was. Oh yeah, so at the end, like, the director guy, to save his own ass, he, like, shoves Anya into, like, a hallway full of zombies. And I don't know if they kill her or if they save her because they like her because she was respectful of the dead. You know, I get a little confused about that. So that's pretty much it with the plot. Another aspect that I thought it's worth talking about was the music in the movie, because it's very experimental and there's a lot of like loud electronic sounds, and it's very like overwhelming, and normally I like that kind of stuff, and I think it's effective in movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or even Night of the Living Dead. But in this one, I felt like it didn't really work, and I think it's just because the scenes were not as intense as the music was. Oh my god, this dog is like literally trying to eat me, and he keeps biting me. Oh my god, it's like he's like trying to like eat me like one of the zombies. Holy crap! Hold on, get your little butt over here. Okay, so now that he has my spotlight, you have my spotlight. But yeah, that's the music. I didn't think was like effective, but cool in theory, and I didn't think the characters were really that likable. And you know, I get it. It's a film called Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, so if you want character development, it's not going to be this type of movie. But then you have Night of the Living Dead. very minimalist zombie movie, but the characters have dimension. They have story. You get sucked into them. You care about them, or you have legitimate feelings for them. This one doesn't have it. So I think that's what makes this feel like a store brand version of Night of the Living Dead. So overall, I have to give this movie a 5 out of 10 just because I think, it's not the best movie, but I do like the whole necrophilia, digging up dead body part because that's kind of dark and something you don't see in a lot of movies. And I love the last shot when the corpse that they dig up comes to life and he's sitting on the mattress that's on the floor, just like waiting to kill Alan, the director that started it all. I think that shot is so dark, and that is like the most redeemable scene in the movie, and it's very like cathartic to watch him get it. So that's what I have to say. So yeah, 5 out of 10. Children shouldn't play with dead things. Check it out if you like crappy movies or zombies. For people like us, we don't really give a shit. It's just fun to talk about. So anyways, I'm Mark. This is Gonk. And we're signing off. Thank you for watching. And we will see you again later. Bye. Bye.